Good evening, guys. Today, you're going to go like and subscribe, and then we're going to talk about the video today. I'll give you a moment. Actually, no, I'm not. Today, I'm not going to say sponsored video, but what I'm going to say is this little box right here was given to me by a subscriber, Oliver. Thank you very much. He lives in Seattle. He's really close to me. I'm on Vancouver Island, and he's about a boat ride over. So he was talking to me and said, you know, I got this new device. What did he buy? He bought a new firewall. I have a Protectli device for you, the FW4B device. Do you want it? And I was like, you know what? I'm not running Entango anymore in my lab, so yeah, I wonder if it'll run OPNsense. And it does. It's got a quad-core Celeron J3160 CPU in it. He gave it to me with 8 gigs of RAM and a 120 gig SATA SSD. And it works great. I've had OPNsense on it for the last week. I was running it. And then I installed the newest version of OPNsense, 22.7.7, and it works great. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the base version, or the older version. I think it's, what version was that? It was 22.7, not 22.7.7, but just 7. And I'm going to show you guys how to name or reverse the ports, because when it installs, the LAN and the WAN ports are reversed. And as it's installing, I'm going to go over the specs and show you what it looks like inside, stuff like that. I'm going to set up a couple VLANs on it and get it ready, because this is going to be a 3-part video. I got some really cool ideas for this, and I want to show you guys that. This is the box, as you can see in the video here, right here. This is the unit, and you can see right down here. Sorry, I got to try to figure out how to get my mouse over here. This box right over here that is running. And it's doing a good job. Let's see if we can go here. Like that. There we go. As we can tell, it's up and running. But it's got the newest version, and I've updated it just to see how well the update would go. But I want to do a fresh install right now. As it's installing, I'll do the specs. And I'm going to show you how to use the auto detect network cards mode. And then we'll go from there. So what we should do, hopefully I don't jinx myself here. So we'll plug in the 22.7 USB stick. And then what we'll do is I will restart the box and then we'll install. Okay, so let's go Control Delete. I think we can do Control Delete. Yep, it's rebooting. There we go. So let's boot our scan disk. There we go. We'll just let it boot automatically, because now we'll be able to install this. Thank you for all my subscribers, guys. I'm at 600 and... It's booted. I'm not going to tell you. I think it's 645, which is right on. Thank you very much for everybody that's been following me. Okay, so we're going to install this fresh. So if we look at the instructions here, it says it's running in live mode right now. What we want to do is go installer. So I believe we type in installer, then the password, OPNsense. And there we go. So we're just going to do everything default. We'll go default key map, install UFS. We're going to install to the, hopefully I'm not in the way here. Let's see here. There we go. As you can see, it's got a 120 gig SSD in there. It's just a little MSATA. Plenty of space, plenty of speed. Done. And we'll go yes. Are you sure you want to destroy the disks? Duh. Yes. This won't take long to install. So as it's installing, I'm going to keep an eye on that. And we'll go back to this screen. We'll leave it like that. So the box looks like this. On the front of it, we got 4 ports. WAN and LAN are the important ones. And then we have option and then option 2. So what you could use those 2 ports is if you want to have a dedicated port for maybe an access point, or if you want to have 2 switches on here, no VLANs, you just want to have maybe two dumb switches, and you want to totally isolate them with network cables, that'd be good for that. So on the front, we got power, 2 USB 3.0 ports, a COM port, that's not an Ethernet port, that's just an RJ45 to COM for serial, a headphone jack, never going to use that for a firewall, and then we got 2 HDMI ports on the front. Right now I'm plugged into the one right beside the COM port here. On the back, we have our 4 WANs and the power, and then there's 2 wireless antennas. The other one's in the drawer here somewhere, but I unscrewed them, and I also took the wireless card out of the box just because I just wanted it to be a firewall. No wireless features built into or anything. Just the less things that are in there, the better and more stable. This picture down here will show us, actually this one's better, this picture shows us what's inside when we have the wireless card and the SSD. So right here, you can see that there's the wireless card and the little yellow battery. I think mine was blue, and then the SSD. And as we saw in there was a 120 gig SSD in there. Pretty nice little box. Comes with, my adapter doesn't look like that. Mine looks more like a little wall wart, and it's like a 12 volt at 2.5 amps. Mine didn't come with a bracket. Not that I'm worried, because it's going to sit just like that in the rack over there and do some testing. I might keep it over here maybe. I'm not sure. One other way. But yeah, as you can see also, you can configure these with some pretty cool specs. I mean, I wouldn't go over maybe maximum 240 gigs for storage and 8 gigs of RAM. It looks like it tops out at 8 gigs. Which is pretty good for a OPNsense or PFSense, both efficient firewalls. Wireless, it has the module, you can do it with or without, save yourself $34. I'm not sure what, I think Oliver ran Untangle on that, and that's why he doesn't use it, because he doesn't use Untangle anymore. Oh yeah, that's right, he's running Firewall. Walla? Something like that. He got one of their nice gold boxes and he really likes that, so that's why this became mine. And I see on the screen here, it's asking us for root password. Let's just go exit and reboot because we don't need to change the root password. Just leave it as is for now. And we'll go OK. We will pull the card out as it reboots. Right now there's no interfaces plugged into it, so they're reversed. But on the front of the box, it actually says WAN and LAN, and I just want to make sure those are that when we plug them in. And that was when I found it out, they were reversed. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Maybe you do know how to do it, maybe you don't. I don't know. So let's go root. And password's OPNsense. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to click 1 for assigned interfaces. So we go 1, enter. Do you want to configure legs for right now? No. Do you want to configure VLANs right now? No. So enter WAN interface. I'm going to push A, and then we push enter. And then what it says, we have to plug in a link. So I'm going to take this network, and we're going to be double netting this right now, but it'll get us online, and then later on, we're going to plug it into the WAN port, which is the very first one. And then you'll see on the screen here, after I push enter, now it wants you to put into the LAN one. So we're going to push A again for auto. And then it's going to say plug in. Push enter. And if nothing, we'll just push enter. So because we're only going to configure the 2 ports. We do the rest in the GUI later. Do you want to proceed? We'll click yes. And done. Wait a couple seconds. And we've got our WAN port. And we got our LAN port. So the default WAN or LAN port is 192.168.1.1. And this is all we have to do here. So now if I want to, into here now. So let's go root and OPNsense. Did I type that in wrong? Nope. So let's go through the wizard here now. We want to go through the rest of the system. So we're going to go next. We're going to call this Protectli? No, we're going to call it Lab. jasonslab.ca, primary DNS, we'll give it 1.1. Well, actually, we'll go quad 9. 9.9. Oh, 9.9.9. Secondary 1.1.1.1. 4. We'll go next. We don't want to use that one. We want to use Vancouver. We'll go next. DHCP for the WAN. Yep. Next. WAN plugged in. Yep. We want to give this. What did I say I was going to set these up to? 12. 12 dot. Ugh. 2.1. We'll go next. Root password. Okay. And reload. Okay, so we're in. Can we surf the internet? Yep. So let's do an update. That's the first thing I like to do. So we'll go check for updates. Check for updates. I bet you Windows is what's causing this not to get a DHCP. I'll plug my Mac in, see what happens when I plug him in there. See if I get an address. Always blame Windows. Yeah, it's Windows. If I rebooted Windows, it would get a DHCP, but it's being fussy. I will statically assign. Once it's done doing all the updates, we'll log back into it. We'll apply my favorite theme, the dark theme, and I believe I wrote it down here what it's called. It's called Rebellion, and it looks really, really good compared to the white. As you can see here, white, we'll go back to lobby, dashboard. The white's nice, but Rebellion looks gray and orange, and it looks really, really nice. And then we'll add 2 VLANs. And then after that, we'll go from there. As you can see, the CPU is not really being used 100%, just doing installs and stuff like that. So, pretty happy. Oh yeah, one thing I usually do on this is, I learned this trick. If you go like this and go copy, and we go services. Oh, wrong one. We go back here. We go pencil. And if you go like this, put that in there, it gets rid of the DHCP6 from here. Watch this. Yeah! I don't use anything DHCP6 on the lab network, so we don't need to see it. As it's doing its thing here, I just want to snoop around and go back to interfaces. Yeah, it's only showing WAN and LAN right now. We just have to add those later on, but we'll do that later. I think we click assignments. Yeah, it'll show them more in here. We just have to click add and do that, but we won't do that. We're just going to add VLANs later. But we want to make sure the installs update, or the updates go 100% first. Wait for the music. Any music? We got our music. Means it's back up and running. Okay, so let's log back in. Root. Okay, we're back in. Let's install our theme first. So we go to System, and I believe that was under Configuration, Firmwares, and then Packages. And if we type in Plugins, I think it's under Plugins. If we type in Rebel, there it is right there. OS Theme Rebellion, and we go Add for install. It goes out, gets it. And it was under settings, sorry, and then general, and then we go back to Rebellion, and then we'll go down to here and we'll go save to lobby. Look at that. Let's go back to lobby, dashboard. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? I mean, yeah, doesn't that look good? I like that. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more things, and then I'm going to end the video there. So what we want to do is, I want to set this up for the next video. So we got to set up some VLANs. So we need to go to interfaces, other types, and then VLAN. And hopefully I'm not in the way. I'll try to move myself around the screen. So what we want to do first is go add, device. 22.7 is different now. So if we go VLAN, add, what does this want? Let's go like this and go help. Leave empty to generate device name. Okay, we'll leave it empty then. So we're gonna go LAN 100 for the VLAN. This description is gonna go vet. I mean, okay, that's different. Learned that there. And then we want to add one more. So then we're gonna go. We're gonna leave it blank. We'll go LAN, and then 10, I believe it is. Yep, we're gonna go 10, and then we're gonna call this voice. Okay, save, apply, and I believe we have to go assignments. Yep. So we have to go VLAN plus, and then we got to go voice plus, so that way they're there. I'm gonna go save. Now interfaces, voice, enable. We have to give it an IP address. Forgot. We want to call this, okay, MAC address, MTU, and then, okay, we have to go static IP address, MAC address, and then down here we want to give it an IP address. So what are we on? We're on the voice, so we're going to go 10.0.0.1, and then we'll go save. I'm just going to set up the basics so we have everything working, and then in the next video we'll do a little bit more other stuff. Okay, now that's saving. Now we got to go do the guest network up here, so we want to enable it, and we want to go static, and we want down here, so this one's going to be 192.168.10.1, and then we're going to make sure everything's in here. Yep, MTU, okay, and apply. Okay, now we have to go to services, DHCP, and now we see on the side here, hopefully we can see that all, we have to set up our DHCP servers, unless you want to use static, but we're going to use DHCP on this. So the guest one, we'll go here, we'll go set up that, and we'll go, so the guest is 192.168.10. We'll go 100 to 192.168.10.200. And we'll leave all this the way it is default and save. Oh, it's outside of the network. Ah, see, I thought that was what it was, 24. This changed. I probably didn't catch it on the other one too. So, let's go back and check the other one too. We have to check voice. Did that change? Yep, it went to 32 also. 24. Basically didn't like us because of the subnet range that we created. So now we can go back and go DHCP services. DHCP, we'll go to guest, we'll enable it. 192.168.10.100. 192.168.10.200. Oh, 200. That's a lot of ranges, but it's just to get us going because we're going to be playing with stuff. So we'll do this now to the voice. Enable 10.0.0.100 to 10.0.0.150. We'll make it smaller. Okay, simple. Save and go from there. Now, pretty basic setup. This is, and we have no rules, but you know what? We'll do that right now. So that's pretty easy to do. So we'll go firewall, rules, and we'll go guest. We'll just give it a rule that can do whatever it wants. So we'll go add, and we'll just click yes at the very bottom. Actually, we're going to call this, we're going to, let's see if we can, description, we'll call this guest. Make sure we have guest, all access. Okay. And we'll do the same thing for voice. Voice. We'll tighten these up later. We'll get into all that kind of stuff. I'm just getting it so if I plugged something into that, it would work, right? Voice. and then we'll go save. Basically, this will say you can go out into the internet and do whatever you want. DNS, gateway, and everything. Okay? I wonder if I forgot to apply changes to the other one. Did I? Hold on. Nope, it's there. So they're both there. Okay, so very basic setup. Installed OPNsense on this awesome box that Oliver gave me. And it's ready to go. The next video, we're going to tighten up the security. We're going to install a piece of software that I really, really like that turns this into kind of like a UTM and brings me back to the point of free. Free. No more paid UTM features. Now, people are going to go on and say, oh yeah, PFSense is free too, and you can do the same thing. But I'm using OPNsense because I really like the way this flows, and I like the way it looks. Pretty graphs and all that kind of stuff. I really like that. So if I went to reporting right now and I went to health, actually we'll go to traffic, you could see that it's got a nice, if there's traffic where surf the internet, you'll see some nice traffic. I really like that. But the next video will be installing some software and then going from there. So for now, hopefully maybe some of my stuff that I was doing on the fly helped you, and go from there. You have a great day. I'm going to go work on video 2 now. See you guys later. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. I want to see 650 soon. Yeah. See you later.